have always associated Japan with high density and big city energy. Hokkaido proved up to be a very different place as we found ourselves surrounded by remarkable beauty. As we traveled towards Niseko, we stopped for a bite. This would be the first of many adventurous pit stops. We're taking blind guesses at what we're eating for lunch. For me and my tentative palate, it was a challenge at times. However, our team Dr. Chris Collingwood, a veterinarian, and Charlie Manson's stunt double proved to be fearless when it came to adventures of the taste buds. As the end of our travel day drew near, our guide, Peter the Lead Lee, had us mesmerized as we stopped to pay tribute to the Powder Queen. Finally, after 20 hours of travel and fleeing the Marxist takeover of our beloved Canada, we arrived at our destination. The Professor, Derek Ney, a retired financial analyst turned self-sponsored ski pro, worked on an in-depth snow report before pounding a few beers and hitting the sack. The following morning, we stood around like a bunch of city workers watching our guide Peter load up gear into the old Iron Lung. Iron Lung is an old school term used to describe a team bus. We ended up with a Toyota for ours, albeit fitting considering we were in Japan and all.
Because there's gonna be snow. It's snowing more up there than it is around here right now.
And is that like lift assisted?
That would be rope, and the light winds are there, so it would be open.
Okay.
And then you don't necessarily want to be going up there on one of your cat trips.
First day in Hokkaido, Niseka. How do you enunciate? Sapporo? Where are we? Siberia? Holy fuck. Thank God for Drew, who kept me informed on where I was on a daily basis. You ready to shred?
Yeah, baby.
After our free cat ride-up Cheetos, it came to my attention what 2 days of traveling economy can do to a person's body. As you can tell here, my back was fucking killing me. Tightening up boot buckles turned into a real old man challenge. Complaining aside, I was stoked to try out my new Black Crow Dracos as they were about to touch snow for the very first time. Once arriving to the peak of our first run, we took 10 seconds to absorb the view. Then, without delay, Chris's sister Carrie decided it was time for a sample of Japan. Could say something funny, but too fucking tired to entertain on the camera.
How you doing? Anybody need to unzip? Put sunscreen on?
Put what on?
Fucking Japan in the winter.
Day one left us with excessive scrotal sweat. However, there's no excuse for sweaty balls in Japan. Part of the ski culture is hitting an onsen après, and they're about as common as a 7-Eleven here. This new knowledge led us to chasing Peter towards a Japanese bathhouse for a scrub, but no tub. This became a daily mission for our weary-legged Gen X crew. Rizutsu Resort. This gem sports 4 gondolas and 14 lifts servicing 3 peaks. This is a fantastic spot if you can get to the side country in order to avoid the lift lines as much as possible. Either that, or be mentally prepared for some nasty looking top sheets on your skis at the end of the day. As we learned, navigating the lift lines here is something I would describe as organized chaos. Etiquette was soon thrown out of the door once we had a taste of the cold smoke Rizutsu had to offer. How was the day?
It was good. Good day, good turns.
Drew?
Uh-oh, I feel like I'm
Hey, how was your day, buddy?
It was good. Thank you.
You shred?
Obviously.
Yeah, you're the best. 4 turns at the end of the day.
Oh yeah.
Very impressive.
Thank
oh
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Seems like a level 4 instructor just heading down there. Mount Moiwa, sitting at 531 meters, which apparently offers incredible views. Today, we were gifted with Greybird and not much of a view, though we didn't really give a shit, as we were here for powder. This little snow dump allowed for some nice ankle-deep turns and left me limited time to figure out how to operate some of the 500 shooting options on my DJI action cam. When we finally called it a day, guess where we headed? Yep, another onsen and another 2 hours of unwanted bird watching. Hey, where are we at, Drew? Akasu? We're at a place called Akasu. And we are on a classic double chair. That's usually good for one North American. Well, one North American that's overgrown. Not NBA overgrown, but overgrown enough to make things a little tight. But pretty beautiful spot. We're out here shredding in Hokkaido on one of the local mountains on a Saturday. As you can see, the massive crowds. It's a place you gotta really fight to get your turns in. So I suggest probably never come here. And just leave it to the locals. Okay, I'm out. Mount Ashidaki is the tallest mountain in the Hokkaido region, standing at around 2,200 meters tall. Up here, one will find open access to the Alpine. Because of this, it's a real hotspot for skiers and boarders. What's the name of this spot again? Ashidake. Hopefully you can see Ashidake. Ashidake. I think my enunciation is fantastic. In the backer. One thing we learned is that Asadaki has been designated as an active volcano since March of 2019. Even though persistent weak layers are rare, avalanches still happen out here. Other things to consider are that days are short, cold temperatures, flat light, terrain traps, crevasses, and the almighty glide cracks. And to be pointed, they're a nightmare if one ever has the misfortune of falling in one. It's bliss here, but as the saying goes, fuck around, find out. Kamui. Not far from the town of Furan, this is a great spot if one is hoping to pig out on some Japanese champagne. The open terrain policy makes the area a Disney for snow lovers and a local gem. The gondola here travels skiers 750 meters uphill, giving them a total drop of 650. Kamui is well known for its bluebird days and heavy snow. We had a taste of blue for 10 minutes, then a heavy storm rolled in. This storm was a nasty bitch, but in return, we found ourselves making sweet love to some first tracks in the trees. This public display of affection was a welcome delight. Day 7. I won't name this place as it's supposed to be a secret spot, but by the looks of the climb trail, it's about as secret as Epstein's flight logs at this point. Regardless, here I was, feeling like a sack of worn out shit today, not overly optimistic of what we would find.
Here comes the army.
Well, back to the grind. Chris, we miss you. You should be here. Drew, we miss you as well. Our compadres are much needed. Stop recording.
All I can say is after all that bitching, we ended up having an amazing day.
Woo! Oh.
Kokusai Resort. It's not the largest nor the steepest resort in the Hokkaido region compared to some others, but what it does have is the Powder Queen's blessing as it's quite a snow belt. The area is great for beginners, offering a lot of mellow on-piste terrain. This is a place for new skiers to learn how to ski champagne. That all being said, if one is inclined to put their skins on in a little ski tour off-piste, you'll find deep, untouched pow and a good dig. We ended up with good fortune. Columbia better hope the rest of the world doesn't discover the powder out here, because if that happens, their GDP is going to fall off a cliff. Without debate, this is some of the best Yale one will ever find. Yes, here we are in our cramped quarters in the mountains. After our last day of skiing, we went over to Sapporo for a little wind down. This is where we met the invisible man who was tired of boiling Ichiban and introduced us to the world's best hamburger.
One hamburger, one lamb burger.
Hamburger.
Why is ours so different?
After a feast and one too many Sapporos, we found ourselves headed to karaoke where things started to get a little out of hand.
I'm on time, homie, that's where it goes. There's the say. Then you miss the point. It's the joy.
As I take a drink in the middle of the street, and again packing up this bitch named Sadie. She used to be my homeboy's lady. Oh yeah, 8 degrees. I'm gonna say, bitch, please.
After one too many butcherings of classic songs, we found ourselves on the wrong side of the law and had to say goodbye to Japan.